Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom. So I'm starting this video before the last video is finished. Right now we're pretty much at a stopping point as far as the electric goes. My buddy's coming over in the next couple days to hook up the main line from our sub panel to our main panel. So that video is going to end with that. This video is actually going to start with me kind of getting cleaned up around here, sweeping out all of these wall cells from all the sawdust, rearranging some stuff, and then one of the more important things I forgot is I need to put blocking in for the garage door. So when we mount this garage door, it's kind of going to have to get done pretty quick after we get the drywall up. I need the drywall on the ceilings so that I can hang the tracking that goes up there so the garage door, slides up, has a place to go. But you don't want to put that tracking up on your studs and then drywall to it. It's not going to look good. And then you're just kind of creating a lot more work for yourself if you hang that tracking, drop it down, slide some drywall underneath, and it's just easier to do it after it's done. But, we don't really want to try to hit, the joists if we don't have to. If it works out that way and we can, great. But it's not going to take much to cut some blocking, put them in between our joists here on both sides, like we did here for our cabinetry and workbench and all that. Now I do have a bunch of 2x6 left. So it is an 8-foot door, so I'm going to find my 8-foot after I kind of sweep everything up and start cutting my blocking for that. But right now, probably just this evening, I'm going to spend a little bit of time sweeping out these cells and getting stuff straightened up in here. Pretty sure that inspector's not going to want to see all of that sawdust and wood shaving all over the box. So yeah, let's get cleaning. So how is it that my garage here isn't even finished yet, and I've already kind of filled up the majority of it with just stuff? Yeah, okay, this is a makeshift kind of table I was using for storing stuff on. Bought a few extra boxes, both single gang, double gang. There's a round single gang box there for a light. That kind of stuff I'm not overly worried about because it's not going to go bad. I can store it and we can use it in the next house. It's paid for, so why go return it now only to buy it again later? That doesn't make sense to me. But a lot of this stuff will probably be gone here in the next few days, the GFCI switches, outlets, sorry. They'll be put in. I got a thing of chalk there. Eleanor likes to draw. Trim nails, just all sorts of random stuff. But then back here, Eleanor's 2, well, almost 2. Victoria is 6 weeks, 7 weeks old, and somehow she already has a motorized Jeep, 2 bicycles, this car. There's one stroller there. There's another stroller in my truck. And then obviously I have some tools. But seriously, how does this stuff just build up? Regardless, got a lot of cleaning done. Cleaned the majority of it. Got everything swept up. With the exception of behind this table, I just adjusted my lights. You can see some debris still in those little boards that I put in whenever we stood that wall up. So we have to sweep that, this area over here, and then pretty much that should all be good. It is getting a little bit later, so probably gonna end tonight here. Got a lot done that I actually wasn't expecting it done, so we'll pick it up tomorrow morning with finished cleaning and maybe get those pieces of blocking up for the door. So see you guys bright and early. Don't be late. Okay, so back out here. It's freezing cold. Working on another video that you guys will see here in a bit, building the door for up top. I hit a little standstill for that, so I figured might as well push forward with what I can. And like I showed you guys before, we have these little plates we need to go ahead and nail on. Now my main areas that I want to nail these on are right in front of this big main line here. We'll put a couple there, maybe one or two right there, another one there. Basically just somewhere, anywhere that can help protect these wires. So this one in particular, my piece of 10 gauge for my mini split unit, and then anywhere that I have a lot of wires clumped together, like that run above the door, right there, you know, right here. So yeah, I have 60 of them, might as well use them. Okay, so I put all 60 up. As you can see, it didn't get the whole way around the garage, but that's all right. I have this blocking here. I'm gonna be hanging stuff right up there, mounting shelves, you know, whatever. It's all gonna be up there. I'm gonna make notes of where this wire is. And like I said earlier, I'm not overly concerned about the 12 gauge wire by itself. It's mainly my 10 gauge, my cluster of wires, and then my main, what is that, SER wire coming in. That's the stuff I want to protect. I do need to run some padding right here, padding that out for the drywall, as well as a couple other places I saw I forgot. I'm gonna go ahead and probably stuff inside. It's freezing out here. Get warmed up, let the cameras charge. And then I would like to get started on the blocking for above the garage, where the garage door track's gonna go, like I said earlier, as well as finish sweeping over here. Those are my two main goals for the rest of today. Should be doable. Okay, so just about to get started on this blocking work, but it's freezing in here because it's like 25 degrees out. So I caved. I went up to the shop. I got one of our little heaters. And I'm gonna have to time lapse everything in voiceover because these diesel and kerosene heaters tend to be a little bit on the louder side. So unless I just shut the heater off every time I want to say something, it's not gonna be worth it. So enjoy the time lapse and voiceovers. All right, so the blocking's up. That is for sure overkill. Now what I did here, as you can see, there's space here. I cut a 2x10. I nailed it this way. I nailed these 2x6s on this way. Now there was a wire that I forgot I had up there, so I kind of had to notch it. No big deal. They're nailed really, really good. So I have these ones that are kind of vertical. Yeah, vertical. Those are nailed into this joist, and then that 2x10 is nailed in this way on both sides. And then I have a couple more 2x6s nailed in from the joists. Yeah, that if we decide for the overhead, yeah, that thing's going to be solid. We won't have to worry about trying to hit a joist. However, if we do a wall mount, I believe they go pretty close. So we have all this right here that we should be good with, as well as the door buck, depending on where our tracking falls and where that mount sits. I have an outlet right there for this one, as well as the car sweeper. And then I have that outlet there for the overhead one. Now, venture back here. I have all this blocking left over. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to nail all this up in my workbench area, and maybe even my, I don't know, I'm just going to start nailing it up and see how far I get. So when the time comes, if I need to mount something on this wall and I hit anything but a solid piece of wood, I am going to lose my mind. I just kind of used a lot of that leftover blocking and filled in, and now, as you can see, in pure fashion, it's way overdone. So added a couple more up here where I'm going to be mounting a TV. Threw some more up here so that I could have some extra insurance when I'm mounting shelves and stuff on above the workbench. Yeah, I mean, between that and, yeah, it's getting dark. All this blocking up here for the garage door, I would say I am good on my blocking. So now really the only thing I have left to do before my electrical inspection, which is scheduled for Tuesday of next week, it'll be done by the time this video comes out, is finish the door. But whenever I ran up to get the heater, I put the spray foam in, so we're just waiting on that to tighten up so I can move forward with that. But other than that, I think it's just time for a cleanup. All right, everybody, so yeah, I mean, obviously it looks a little bit different in here than in the video you just saw. Putting this video together, number one, I realized I did this one out of order. This should have been done before the door, before the electrical inspection, but
The problem was at the time I was just filming everything I was doing, and it got a little difficult to keep track of what I had filmed and where I was breaking my videos apart at. But as you can see, you know, like I said, it looks quite a bit different in here. We did go with an overhead garage door mount, garage door opener, so hit the blocking, so everything worked out good. But yeah, I mean, really, you can never have too much blocking. The only thing is that the only downfall to the blocking is when you're doing insulation. You guys will see that here in an up and coming video. You know, you want your insulation tucked behind the blocking, so the more blocking you put in, the more stubborn, the more difficult it's going to be to get your insulation behind all of that. But other than that, I mean, you can really never have too much blocking because, you know, whether it's your forever house or a house you're flipping, I'm sure you would appreciate it. If not, the next homeowners would appreciate, hey, we want to hang something right here and we don't know if there's a stud, but it doesn't matter because, you know, there's blocking all through that wall. So yeah, I mean, if you're building a house, definitely ask your builder about it, or if you're doing the work yourself, go overboard with your blocking. Who cares? Well, what's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to, instead of burning or throwing out some scrap lumber, you're going to actually use it. So that's where I'm at on it. So it works, but yeah. Also, I forgot that I did not film a closeout for that, which is why I'm up here right now doing this. So just wanted to say thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Gunpowder and Freedom. If you liked what you saw, please click the like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out our store on Etsy. There's a link in the description for that, as well as jump over to our Instagram page and give us a follow. So yeah, I mean, stay tuned. There's a lot of work to be seen here. So I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.